great to read this report, fascinating. So it's a return to growth, but tell us where geographically is this wealth now concentrated?
Thank you, Naira. Good being with everyone today. Well, yeah, first, the report, the major themes are it's a return to growth. After 2015, when billionaire wealth actually declined, we had acceleration of growth in 2016, like you said, double the MSCI index, and that just shows that billionaires are usually very successful with their businesses. The other is just it's the Asian century, the acceleration of wealth, especially in the billionaire sector with Asians, is really quite dramatic. For the first time ever, the number of Asian billionaires has overtaken the number of U.S. billionaires, which I think is incredible, and we can dig into that more. And then also the impact and the innovation, the impact it has on both job creation and societies that we work on in terms of billionaires. And for example, just the billionaires that we follow, they represent 27.7 million jobs in the world today. If you think about that, that's the size of the working force in the UK. So they have a big impact on society out there as well. So
on the impact on society then, what sort of sectors are these billionaires in? Is it mainly in tech or elsewhere?
It's a great question. So it's really driven by entrepreneurialism, innovation, technology, finance companies. We've seen a rise in materials, by the way, with the rebound in commodity prices, but 70% of all the wealth today of billionaires is all self-made. It's all entrepreneurial wealth. And so you see this boom in technology companies and all of the feeder companies that feed off of the technology companies, as well as finances. We were talking earlier today that, quite frankly, financial services company and technology companies are starting to really blur, and you're starting to see really a crossover between the two.
John, a large part of society does not agree with you. They feel billionaires are raping capitalism. They're getting that marginal gain from unfounded methods. Describe what you learned billionaire to billionaire. Not how they made the first million or even the first 22 million, but when they move to a mega wealth, are they doing it under what I would call constructively legal means?
Yeah, Tom, I think that's a great question. And, you know, one of the nice things about this report, it's not just a quantitative exercise of looking at numbers. I mean, it's a real qualitative piece. We've interviewed over 90 billionaires, their heirs, and the advisors to the billionaires, so it's really deep in content. And I think what you'll find is that it takes years for them to develop this wealth. This is not like you create an app in a garage overnight and all of a sudden you have an instant $1 billion. Most billionaires are in their 50s and 60s and 70s. They've built businesses over time. I'll go back to what I said earlier. You know, they employ right now 27.7 million people around the globe. And what I think the numbers present is that wealth creation equals job creation. The evidence is certainly there. And then what we see, and the report digs deep into this, Tom, is that there really is a desire to give back to the communities in which they live and work in to help society out there as well. We see it in the way they participate in the arts through private museums, helping public museums, funding public museums, and then, of course, sports franchises as well.
What